All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's get things set up here real quick. I'm going to also, in 1 second, to set up the, that was weird. Sorry. I'm going to go and get the link over to, to the Discord here. Give me 1 second. I want to share this over there with everybody. Let's see. Cut that. Up, 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 up. I'm going to go over to the options chat. Oh, forgot. I'm going to go live the same time our main guy is going live. All right, let's pull up TradingView again. All right, so my Discord, not mine, the Discord I'm part of, is going live with our main guy, Mo, and he's going live here in a minute to do some stuff. So I likely won't have any members over to me to do some chatting because obviously Mo's live trading is going to be way more cool than anything I'm going to do. That's for sure. So join for free. I did. It's not signed in. Not prepared right now, aren't I? Supposed to be signing in. Why is this not working? Where's my sign in? Yeah, let's do it. Come on. Boo, 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 boo. All right. What is happening, man? Yeah, duh. Technology, folks. Well, the market is doing some awesome stuff today. I guess it depends what you're in. Altsmatter. Yeah, okay. Sure. Sure. There we go. Like, duh. Oi. Okay. Let's see. So this is Chevron. This has been a killer. Ooh, gold ran. I had some calls from that dip at here. I'm not using my iPad. I'll use this, huh? Derp. Derp, derp, derp. All right. So we had this crazy dip here. Let's go to a bit longer of a frame. All right. So my template here alerted me to open a long yesterday. Well, this was after hours. Obviously, we couldn't do that, but you could have opened a long at close, right? Open a call. And if we opened a call here at 422, a 422 call, we would have been up very nicely, even at open at 426. Yeah, we've dropped down. I bought 5-0 DTE calls here at. Hey, what's up, Jordan? I know Mo's doing his thing. I forgot that he was going to be on, but I figured I'll just do this for my channel, and maybe people want to join this instead of trying to trade with him. We're different. I'm not live trading. I'm charting. So who knows? Whatever. Either way. So I opened up 5-0 DTE calls right about here, at the top of this red candle, and I ran it right up to support and sold it right about here. I made like $20. Oh, he's not live today? I thought I saw that. I saw that over. What did I see then? Yeah, going live in a minute. 0 TTs. 11. Is it not? Live trading, live stream trading. Oh, okay. He canceled today. Emergency. I just saw that in the chat as Old One Nate posted. Yeah. I went to his. So for everybody's wondering, he's got a live stream trading channel in our Discord, and that's what I'm looking at over here. So, okay. Well, cool. Then I don't need to compete if everybody else wants to hop on. There we go. All right. Okay. So, anyways, gold. Yes. GLD. If so, what I'm doing actually, I'm moving my shares from like paper contract stuff over to physical. So a lot of my metals are going to be in physical um, gold stocks, and then I will trade options on the ETFs or other ones. So GLD, GDX, SLV for silver, but I hold shares in SIVR because they're actually based on a vault of silver metal, not the paper contracts. I'm nervous about paper contracts because of what's been happening with the lack of supply. So Palladium, PALL, I like that one a lot too. And then if you want to do some more fun in between, you can do GDXW, which is going to be the weekly payout dividend stock for gold. And then GDXU is a leveraged GDX. So that thing runs like freaking crazy. Let me show you GDXU real quick. It is GDXU is nuts. Turn down my music. I wish I could play music for you all instead of in my headphones, but if I do that, then I get flagged. Copyrights and everything. Ah. All right. GDXU. It's crazy. So, just since the new year, okay, we've got a $118 move. $118 in 14 days on GDXU. And you hate copyright. Yeah, I know you got flagged with you love to play your. I warned you. I said, you playing music, man? And yeah, they'll catch up to you, you know. But anyways, GDXU is a leveraged 3x leveraged on GDX. And with gold being what it is, man, like, why would you not just jump into GDXU? I mean, yeah, it is more pricey than GDX. Sure, you got that. So if you can't afford a lot of shares in GDXU, then obviously play GDX. GDXU, I believe GDXU has options. No, they don't. They don't. So GDXU will be great for shares. But look at this. If you had 2 or 3 shares back at the beginning of the year, 53% return in 2 weeks on just shares alone. And there's no end in sight, folks. I don't believe there really is. I mean, obviously at some point we're going to level out, but holy cow. We've got a lot going on. I was just telling the Discord that we've got some issues with the foundation of the market. We've got the repo market just going absolutely nuts. 10-year, 20-year bonds are rising. TLT, TMF, that's the 10-year there, it's rising. Actually, I just closed out a bunch of calls on TMF earlier this morning. And I've got 3 still running on TLT, which is the non-leveraged TMF. Upstart, open lending, I mentioned that earlier today as well, because of the 10% cap on credit cards that are potentially coming up here. I think people are going to move to a lending platform to consolidate. At least if they were smart, they would get away from the, let's see. Everybody's over in Discord chatting away. Let me just comment real fast. What I could do. I'm going to go post it in the. Oops, not that. Okay. Anyways. All right. So. Yeah, this music is just terrible. Why is it? I'm choosing my own music and I'm complaining about it. Okay, that's crazy. All right, let's see. I do have 20 BITO. I do have 20 BDO 13 puts. Why? Why am I short in Bitcoin? Well, because it ran a lot today. And if we can get back to baseline of the opening today, I'll make a pretty penny. So we'll see. Right now I've got like what? I'm only at 10% profit. I'm not gonna. So 30 minutes. So here's the day, and let's see. Yeah, your fault. That's all right. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. We're just covering. I just had mentioned I've got 20 contracts on BITO puts, and I'm hoping for a return back to baseline here. I gotta turn my music down. I can't focus. Let me change it up. What should I do? Some jazz? I wish you guys could hear this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. So what do you want to talk about? What do you want to cover? Hmm? Let's see. Like I said, I've got 20 BITO contracts, 20 puts. I'm only expecting to get back down the baseline. That's really all I want. $200 play. What? Like profit? I spent $100. They were $5 contracts. So if we can get down to like right there, 1320. Let's do the simulator here. I'll be at roughly $130 profit. If we can hit the 1320. Of course, that the Greeks play into it. Might be a bit higher if IV goes up. It depends. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of floating. Theta is at $3, so that's fine because it is actually a 116 put option, not 0 DTE. Though I will play it as 0 DTE. Still holding TLT, and I'm still holding a $52 call on Upstart. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I feel like BITO was a good call because we ran pretty good on Bitcoin today, and so I was hoping for a nice, nice drawdown as we get closer to the end of the day. So that'd be cool. So that one's kind of a little bit of a hopeful play. So we'll see. Paid contracts. Yeah, I paid $100 at 20. There were $5 calls or puts. Sorry. Upstart was 90, 89 actually on this one. We can look at Upstart real quick. Upstart's a funny one. Ooh, that's a good song. It is Vinjay, Give Me the Crown. I could call out the music I'm listening to if you all want to listen to it side by side. If you want to. All right. Let's look at what I say, Upstart. All right, we got 30 minutes. Let's look at the monthly. Ooh, crazy. All right, so long consolidation. I mean, we're talking like almost 2 months, a month of consolidation within that range between 43 and 50. So a $7 range. So kind of hard to track with this one. My call was entered today. I was a little nervous because it doesn't have a fantastic upside yet. But with this new 10% cap news, it might pop up. So I mean, if we can get a rise from 46 to 50, a $4 move, my Greeks, I'm at roughly $20, $30. So $4, that'd be nice. I wouldn't mind that at all. And it is a expiration of 130. So I've got 2 weeks roughly on that, 1 week and a half. Oh, the trade desk. This is like our nemesis, bro. This one in PayPal, man. They're like, oh, man, I can't stand them. Every time you think you're going to do great on those things, they end up kicking you in the face. Trade desk. Let's go out a year. Look at this. Just ridiculous. If you can get in on these drops, you're freaking making bank, but they're just unreasonable and they make no sense. One of them was earnings, and this was earnings over here. Maybe this one as well. But like this rally here was ridiculous. Expected, I guess, to a level, right? You're coming out of this bowl, but then we worked to this earnings. Oh yeah, earnings right there. Yeah, they're earnings. Earnings drop, earnings drop. This earnings was like, oh yeah, it's crap, so it didn't really do much. At some point, it's got to give, right? Like up to 100. I mean, in theory, it should, right? It's not like it's a terrible company. just frustrating. I mean, look at that. You know, it was up. It beat both times. It beat, and it still dropped. So it makes no sense. I mean, if you're holding this long term, if you're getting in some shares at, the sub 40 level, we should be great. What was this, like, most, 5 years right here, and it's lower than any 5-year mark. At this point, we're looking back to, geez, 2020 levels where, like, COVID hit. We're almost near that. Oh my gosh, near that support, 2020 level of $30. So we're at 36. I suppose it can drop to 30, where the stronger support might be around 30, and then rise from there. So I mean, if you can hold for a year or so. Hold on a second, got a message. It looks like bottom on a 5-year. Yeah, almost. 30 is roughly, $30 would be the next lower support in my mind. 30, 31. So I mean, we're at what would it be, 36 roughly right now. So, 35-ish. Really? Let's see. Yeah, there's a level here I suppose it could hit. I mean, it's a speculation anyway. I would say the strongest support probably is at 32, give or take. But unless you're doing, options, 32, 35, whatever, that's fine. you know, not a huge difference unless you drop like $1 million into it, and that $5 difference is huge, you know. But yeah, DCA at this point with the trade desk could benefit well. Huge upside, you know. I mean, just a gigantic drop since its annual rally. I mean, $103, $100 upside from $30. That's nice. That's nice for sure. And it does look like it kind of has some support here on the weekly. It's not great yet, but you can see it's leveling out, right here for the last almost a month. It's been kind of leveling out. Yeah, crazy upside if it plays out. You're right. Like, super crazy. Now, I don't see why it couldn't come up to at least 2x this, right? $60, $70. It should easily be able to get there. So we've kind of are sitting on that support from back in Christmas, or not Christmas, mid-December. We've dropped down mid-December, came back up. We're kind of retesting that prior support there. So maybe consider double bottom. No, bottom there, bottom there. Yeah, yeah, it's possible. That's right. Looking at it again. Yeah, yeah. I actually kind of forgot about it for a while. 35. Yeah, because of this one. I see. Because of the recent support. Yeah, recent support around 35. Old support from 2020, 32 is, you know, but there's nothing in the middle. It's 32, nothing to 35. So, but it does look like it's gaining some pretty solid support right around this level, anyways, even for the last month. You know, this whole thing is looking pretty good. Go away. All right. So yeah. Oops. Shaking my laptop around. Yeah, I like this one. Let me pull up my stuff real quick. Let me just. Are we starting positions today in TTD? Is that what we're doing? Should I do it right now? We're gonna crowd fund this? Yeah, let's pump it. Let's all put in some money. We'll pump it up. We'll do a GME, huh? We'll do GameStop. We'll do some GameStop play. We're all gonna legally trade together, right? That's funny. All right. That's funny. I like it. Silver's been on a run. Heard on Schwab Network earlier, the silver has more use than gold does. I mean, industrially, I think so. We could Google it if we wanted to, but as far as I know, because of its properties, silver in the industrial use does. What is that? I just got 15 thread notifications. 16. These keep blowing in. What is happening? Literally, it is just cycling. Oh, whatever. I don't know. It's crazy. It's just like blowing up. Yeah. So I love gold. I love gold and silver. Palladium. Uh, they're gonna do awesome stuff. Really, to be honest. Um, Albedo dropped. Why? I don't know. Seems like my internet's being funky. GM and Ford. I just looked at Ford today, actually. They've got some pretty good. Oh, Mo is going live. He just wrote 5 minutes till 0 DTEs. Okay, so I guess he's back in. So I'll probably get off then when he goes live because everyone's gonna go watch him and not want to take that thunder away since he is doing it. So today, the last this last week we had a peak with the news. Trump talking about Ford and GM and stuff. We've had some sell-offs, but for the last few months, not so bad. Overall upside's pretty good. I see I've got a trend line I drew here. Where's the bottom of it? Oh, I don't know what that is. Okay. I don't know. We'll ignore it. So, we got some good upside for Ford. How high will it go? It's really, I don't know. Ford's an iffy one for me. GM GM is probably more stable. Yeah. That we're looking at was this a month? Oh, month we've just consolidated at the 80 level. Wow, that's just really high. I think it came from like the 40s. Yep. So when I was charting it back here, it was back at 45, $50. So finally it broke out of the $50 range right here, 53, and ran for this drop here. It ran pretty good from there. So that's great. GM's done awesome. 5-year. So it's at a 5-year high. Is it an all-time high? I don't even know. Looks like it is. 2011, down at $20. So yeah, it's at an all-time high. SN was talking about them. SN. Oh, Schwab Network. Got it. Sorry, took me a second. Yeah. Well, with Trump stuff, helping out domestics, GM should continue to do well. I would expect a pullback at some level here. I mean, we've risen pretty good, step ups. We got the Stockholm unicorn right there, rise and then wee. That's what he calls a Stockholm unicorn. And we have this rise up, and then that's the unicorn. Oops, sorry, get rid of that. Go away. So why stuck on my cursor here? Anyway, so yeah, GM. I would say GM would probably should pull back if it loses this support at 80s. We could probably see a pullback to here, mid 70s, somewhere in there. It's a little choppy, but it should continue to do well, I would imagine. Industrial for silver. Yep, exactly. Yeah, Mo in 5 minutes. Yeah, Mo should be on at 12:30, roughly. Once he goes on, I'm just gonna end because I don't want to take his thunder. Yeah, you're out. Let's see what Mo's doing. Yep. Yep, that's fine, man. Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by, everybody, and chatting. That's great. We did half an hour, roughly 20 minutes. That's cool. I'll stand for a few more minutes. I'm gonna look at a few more charts, but I'll probably hop off too. Y'all in the Discord. Go see Mo. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Rid of these lines. Let's see. What else should I look at while I'm here? See, my Beto puts are being funny. Let's just check that out real quick and see what happened. Time is it? 12:30. Oh, that's why. Okay. So Bitcoin must have. Yep. Bitcoin must have re-rallied, and I was like, oh, where'd Bitcoin go? It went back up. That's why. At some point, it's gonna drop though. It went up too high. It did a quick rally again. But if I get back down to here, no, that was early this morning. Let's see, 11:45. Yeah, if we can get back down to this level, I'll just close them out, I think. Why not? All right, let's look at some metals. TMF looks flat, so maybe I'll close out my TLTs. TLT is the non-leveraged TMF. TMF's based off of TLT, which is the long-term bond. 20. Okay. 3 contracts. 0.2. Let's get those put up for sale and see if that closes out. Okay. Good news coming in on a day-to-day. Sorry, I'm singing the songs. The Trip Continues by Ali Joseph. That's what I'm listening to right now. Okay. We're going to do So silver is the actual physical silver stock of SVR, or SVR is SLV. Sorry, SLV. SLV is the paper contract stock of silver, and SIVR is the physical. So it's a different company that manages this. Aberdeen, so I call it. I don't know if that's actually what it is. Aberdeen. But look at the 6 months. Holy moly. Man. Was this weekly? Oh, hourly. Let's go something. Oh, daily. Look at that. My Lanta. Holy cow. Silver is just out of this world right now. And I know everybody is like, oh, it's gonna drop down to 30s and way back down here, 30s and 40s. I know historically it has. I know. Look at this. You know, TradingView only goes back to 2010. I know we went from $15 all the way up to 50 and then dropped right back down to the same level and then held that for years. I know. 2000, the earlier 2000s, 2000 or 1980s, I know. And there's actually a real long trend line on this way back that hit right here on this trend line. I was going right there. And we've surpassed that. And it was 70, 72 was that upper trend line mark that everyone kept saying, we'll hit 72, we're going to crash. But we hit that. And look at this. On the daily, I have an open long indicator, and it has not yet even advised to close. Way back at Thanksgiving, open a call on Thanksgiving in silver, and it hasn't even offered an opportunity to close. Now right here, this part was that drop. We hit the 70s, and we dropped it back down, and everyone's like, it's over, it's over, silver's over. But it wasn't. We came down, hit the 50, and ran back up. And now we're consolidating in that range. So here's some minis, right? But call weird ones. So indicators are great, but you have to have a brain too. You can't just follow them blindly. But look at this. Just the last 5 days, we've ran 70 to 88. 5 days. Nuts. And we're not done. We're not done. We're going to hit 100. Definitely going to hit 100. You can see the cycle since this dip. Ups, down, ups, down, ups, down, ups, down, ups, down. You have sell off, consolidate, sell off, consolidate, rally. So we consider this one rally, small rally, small rally. Is this a small rally? Are we in that still? It could be right here, I suppose. I think we're going to kind of dip to this support at 87. And then we're going to run back up to 90. At some point, we're going to get a larger dip like this. Pick everybody out. But I'm seeing 100 for sure. And if we want to throw on oops. Yeah, that one's fine. So we start here, tap, tap, almost tap with that wick. Ran straight through this one, nice diagonal right along. Bunch of taps there. And then we can just adjust this one a tad bit more so it gets a bit more accurate. So there's our upslope trend line, and yeah, we can drop back down to that right here. Maybe by end of the week, we should be up to the 90s if this holds. Mm-hmm. 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 Craziness. What was today alone? Yeah, EMAs look good. We have a tightening of the bull band right here. The whole day kind of is a tightening of the whole bull band. Here's an indicator to short right there. Has not really given one yet to open a long. Did say closer short here for break even. So we'll see. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell what it's going to do when it has these weird rallies, right? Palladium, no one's talking about. But it's done well. 5 days. Oh, this is the month. Monthly, we had a double top here, sold off, found support, consolidated back up near those highs. It's going to be an interesting one. Ooh, you know what? Do you see what I see? Maybe. It's not perfect. Do you see it? Do you see it? I see. We got a year. It's not perfect. I'll draw it out for you, but it's not perfect. Cup and handle, sort of. So a cup and handle on a stock is generally a very bullish. Sorry. Ignore that. Is a very bullish sign. Oh my goodness. Need to turn that off. Just drawn over here. It's a very bullish sign. And here we go. We have the neckline right there. It's a little angled. That's why it's not perfect. It should be a bit more level. But it's a potential like parabolic move. So we have this big swoop, and then we have almost like a bull flag, kind of, where we have the bull flag that goes up, tapers down, and then takes off again. So where are we going? Well, we're in consolidation, obviously. Fix down here. Move it there. We cut these in half. We lower it a little bit there. It's a bit more accurate to current levels. I like to go off of wicks. I used to go off bodies, and then it just got confusing because you need to account for the wicks. Otherwise, you can have stop losses hit by those wicks that tap, but then the body goes back up. So you kind of need to account for that. That's why I like going with the wicks. So yeah, we have an open contract call at 160, and then some small ones in between. But if you had held it the entire time, you still would be up $10. That's roughly a $500 move, depending on how delta and gamma work together. So Upstart looks like it's kind of trailing still. I might just close that call. It's not really proving yet to be doing much. Will Upstart, will it do something? I do think it will. You know, do you want to hold red for a while? Could. You could hold red for a while. I don't really want to. I want to keep what I have. Elf hit resistance and dropped again. Chevron's still flipping running. Chevron, man, I had 3 calls in Chevron for the week. I had a tight stop loss. And I closed them out at 0 profit. And if I had only kept them, I would have been up $1,000 yesterday, and probably another. Hold on, let's just finish this. We have a bull flag right here. Kind of count. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do this very, very fast. It's not perfect. It's like a pendant right here. It's not great. This whole thing's a little wonky. This should be much more pointed over here if this trend line holds. So it's kind of an iffy one to track. You probably could do that. Bring this one down here too. But yeah, either way, if the metals keep doing what they're going to do, we're going to hit this point by the weekend, and either we're going to fall back to support or we're going to be we'll probably go. My guess is we're going to hit this resistance again at 176. So 176 or just consolidate more back down to the 60s. So that's palladium. What's the one I just said? Chevron. Last one, and I'm going to be out of here. Chevron, man. Look at that. Crazy, crazy. 150 to 170. Wasn't it like, yeah, yeah, 10 days. If you would, well, we can go from this one. 155 ish since the 7th. So 1 week. 1 week, we've gone right back to all-time highs. Crazy. What are these trend lines? I don't know what that is. I did orb on these. This is just orb rays. We did the orb. Did an orb video the other day on those. And I hate to chase, open up calls right now on this. I hate to chase it because I'm sure RSI and MACD are way overbought at this point. But I mean, it's very nice following the bull band beautifully. Yeah, I bought a call. Let's see, it was Monday. I bought calls right here, right there. But it wasn't doing anything, so I'm like, I'm worried about it dropping. So I sold it, and then the next day, could have sold there for about $1,000 profit. I could have held it, risked most of it at that point, and then it would have gone up here. I would probably be up 2K this week if I had held those calls. What are you gonna do? Luckily, I've got shares, so it's working. It's not as much. anyways, that's it. Let me go and show you guys. Let me go over to my software here. I'll show you guys. I can. I'll show you Discord. So this is our Discord right here, and my channel is up here, Greeks Geek. I chose that name because I like to focus on the Greeks of options, and I help teach that in our Discord. Mo is our main guy right here, Mr. Mo. He's the owner. His family runs this whole thing. We're just in it to help out and whatnot. And this is what he's doing right now. Doing lives, doing lives on day trading, 0 DTEs. They're in that right now. And through StreamYard. I like Streamlabs, personal opinion. They're great. I know his stuff works real well. So, anyways, this is our Discord, and the link is in my bio if anyone's still watching this at all and wants to join us over there. But yeah, I post plays, I post some charting. I told you about Elf breaking that 88 resistance. We're gonna fly, which I still believe, and pretty much every time it hits 86, 87, I try to buy at least one share, a little bit at a time. But I've been charting crypto, different things. Here's what is this, Bitcoin? Oh, Bitcoin Cash. Yep, silver. See, I did head and shoulders in this one, and it dropped to 60, but then it ignored it and went. So, anyways, this is our Discord, and it's chock full of people. Lots of learning, indicators, bots, channels upon channels upon channels. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. So, I'm out. Come on over to our Discord. I will see everybody there. And thanks to everybody else that was coming there, jumping in and commenting and helping with some charts. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much.